Hi, and welcome to the Mill. I'm Carol, and
And I'm Molly. We'll be your hosts today chatting about Stonemaier games. Around this time of year, we see many content creators sharing holiday gift guides. Since this is the mill, we thought we would share some Stonemaier games that would be perfect for the people in our lives.
so what we've done is we've made a few categories to maybe help familiarize people with some Stonemaier games and who they might be right for on your list. So as we go through this, feel free to comment below with any of your own ideas as well. And Molly's going to start us off with our first game.
First, we'll start on the lighter end of the spectrum with the Welcome to the Hobby game Between Two Cities Essential Edition, a great game for introducing new players into modern board gaming. In the game, you'll work with players on your left and your right to place tiles into two separate cityscapes. This method of cooperation is very approachable for new players, as you'll always have someone who shares partly in your interests to talk things over with, because the scoring in Between Two Cities is actually your lowest of your two cities. This creates a great natural balance in the game, as everyone is striving to score both their cities equally, and the person who excels will be the one who pulls that off. This is one of Stonemeier's quickest games, which allows for great replayability. A quick shuffling of the tiles and a change of the seating order, and you're good to go for a whole new play. The basic gameplay in Between Two Cities is collecting different sets of building tiles, with each color building tile having a unique scoring mechanism. This allows for great fun in trying to achieve not one, but two cohesive strategies, all the while working with two different partners, participating in a draft mechanism for your new tiles, and trying to keep that scoring equal. Between Two Cities Essential Edition also comes with the Capitals expansion, which adds 3 new modules: civic buildings, districts, and landscapes. The landscapes in particular are my favorite, as they add a unique starting setup to each city without adding any rules overhead. Between Two Cities plays 1 to 7 players in about 30 minutes. With higher player counts, you might have a bit more time, but due to the simultaneous play, it shouldn't be too much, and it'll keep all levels of attention span engaged. Between Two Cities Essential Edition earned from my mom "That was actually pretty fun, not too complicated like all your other games" seal of approval.
All right, so along the lines of an easier to grasp game, there is a perfect game for the family category in the Stonemaier collection, and that is My Little Scythe. One of the beautiful parts about My Little Scythe is that there are so few cards that need to be read. For instance, when somebody needs the quest cards or the upgrade cards, my son, who before he was even 6, was able to actually play these with us because it's not hidden information. Once they're flipped over, I can read these to him and he can feel like he's involved and in the game and actually, win. And that was always great for us, has made some great memories. Plus, it has these absolutely adorable miniatures and super chunky dice and pieces, which kids love, families love. Wouldn't be a Stonemaier video without an interruption from a cat. Selenia also loves knocking these all over the place, don't you, sweetie? Yeah. So, also kitty approved, as all Stonemaier games are. All right, so I can personally vouch for this one and all the great memories and happy yelling there will be as you have pie fights across the table. All right, so now let's talk about that person on your list who's kind of ready for that next step game, what a lot of people like to refer to as a Gateway Plus. In the Stonemaier collection, my recommendation for that person is Libertalia, Winds of Gale Crest, one of the most recent tiles from 2022 in Stonemaier games. So, part of the reason for Libertalia Winds of Gale Crest, it's not only because, once again, art is beautiful, but it also has this amazing synchronous gameplay that keeps even a higher player count game within a reasonable time frame. The first time I taught this, it was with 6 players, and I think we still kept it under an hour. It also, because of this, has a great way of introducing people to the game. because in the first round, you only have 4 cards. So it's very teachable to show people how those 4 cards interact and gradually break them into the mechanics of the game. So you can teach while you actually start the game, which makes it, one, great for people who, once again, need that next step game, but also the gamers who want a 6-player game that gives them that solid Euro feel in less time. The other part about that makes this great and for a variety of people is it has a couple different modes. You have your kind of more friendly mode for when you're scoring these amazing treasure tiles, while you also have more of a cutthroat pirate mode for your friends or family even, who want that more take that mechanism in there. And along with that, once again, high component quality, these awesome treasure tiles, said with multiple ways of scoring them. Also, a nice little treasure chest to keep track of all your treasure, because pirates. So this makes a perfect gift for that gateway plus person in your life, or gamer who just needs more variety with higher player count games especially. Or even somebody who really just likes pirate themes. So now I'm going to toss it back to Molly for one more game suggestion today.
Now I would like to talk about a Stonemaier classic. I have noticed that quite a few new Stonemaier fans have never gone back and played this, Scythe. Scythe was designed by Jamie Stegmaier, released in 2016, and has been one of my favorite board games ever since. The game of Scythe has so many interesting mechanisms, some of which are bluffing, area of control, asymmetric player powers, and engine building. All of these are built around a very interesting action selection system. This system allows players to pursue many paths in an overall heavy game, while keeping the decision space down to a few options each turn. This does a great job of turning that heavier game into a much lighter feeling game and greatly increasing its accessibility overall. The game of Scythe excels at letting players choose what they want to do in the game. It may seem at a glance like it's just a war game, but there is actually a great cost of fighting, and it is important to find the right timing and tempo for any of your engagements. There is a tense, interesting, Cold War style feeling in sitting at the edge of a battle, threatening one, but never actually going to war. In a lot of my games, I only ever fight once or not at all. With 3 expansions and a modular board, the game of Scythe can be endlessly replayable fun. One of those expansions also happens to be a very robust campaign mode that brings along a lot of unlockable goodies and modules. Scythe is a very complete, thematic, and satisfying experience. It manages to both be a war game and an engine-building Euro game in a best-of-both-worlds sort of way. It is a game that any Stonemaier fan would love to have in their collection and would be great for any board gamer in general. Scythe earns from me the, "Oh, that one was so close! I almost won it!" seal of approval.
All right. So while you're busy eyeing Scythe or Libertalia for some of your friends, I know you might have some of those friends who they just have everything. And for them, it's time to upgrade the components. And for those friends, the perfect upgrade, metal coins. So whether it is the Libertalia metal doubloons that are absolutely amazing, or your Scythe coins, or my personal favorite, the Viticulture Lyra, that have the iconic V on them as well, with the grapes. They are the perfect addition to all of these games. And what's really great, we actually keep our Scythe ones on the back shelf to use with many of our games because the denominations are perfect. So if you're looking for some general ones, I highly recommend the Scythe metal coins for that component upgrade. And for those friends who, they have the games, they need the metal coins. And with that, Molly has one more non-full game product to share with you.
Here's a Stonemaier product so fun when you give it to someone, they'll immediately want to throw it away. What started as a neat little product on April Fool's Day ended up being a huge hit and a continually reprinted item in the Stonemaier store. That's because, While these items were released on April Fool's Day, the only joke about them was them being an unexpected and unique item for a board game company to sell. These are very real and high-quality discs made by Innova, which is one of the most popular and consistent disc golf brands out there. These Innova discs, which are different ones from their line, are stamped with different Stonemaier games on them. I have here the Scythe, Wingspan, and Between Two Castles discs. But you can bet there are more on my holiday wish list. These discs earned from my wife the "Wow, I can't believe you managed to get Stonemaier into my hobby too" seal of approval.
All right. Well, that's our list, and we hope we've given you some ideas to help you shop for those important gamers in your life, or maybe hopefully soon to be gamers in your lives. And if you have any questions for us or want more Stonemaier game suggestions, please leave us a comment below.